ThaBoxingvoice.com, live here with Regis and Moton. How are you,
I'm
man?
doing well, bro. And yourself?
All right. So yesterday we were talking. Obviously, you said you had 20 years of experience. We went through a lot of your background, and we ended up on you training Carmel,
Okay.
Antonio Cepeda,
Yeah.
and I think
Jahan Ingram.
Jahan Ingram.
Yeah.
So obviously, two of those are huge names here in the Mayweather gym. Cepeda, I've been expecting big things from him, so good to hear that you're working with him, and we'll be seeing something new from him. But what can you tell us, obviously, with your time spent with Carmel and your thoughts on him now being professional?
I think it's a blessing, man. I'm enjoying the process. The process is what most people don't see that we need to film and do, because everybody just looks at the person getting in the ring, fighting, and then leaving. But the process, man, it's a long process. Some things is like gritty. You have to go through a lot of things, and that's the part that I enjoy. The fight part is just like I've been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? I was national champ 2 times, Olympic team, alternate Olympic team '96. So I've been through all those like high end and different things. That stuff don't really, I ain't saying impress me, but it doesn't get me up. The part is getting in the gym every day. Because we 6 days a week. 6 days a week we get in there, and I have to stimulate my mind, to stimulate his, do certain things, and work on certain things. That's the part that gets me high. You know what I'm saying? Like a natural high.
So, how'd you get linked up with Carmel? What made you want to train him? Obviously, he's a young kid, so
Yeah.
he had to be even younger when he walked through these doors.
Curtis's dad. Listen, Curtis runs everything. Everything runs through his dad, which is I love, because his dad is hard ass, which I love, because to be a hard ass, it makes your sons great. You know what I'm saying? There's a difference between mediocre, good, and exceptionally great. And the guys that have the hard dads, the hard love, like Floyd Mayweather Sr., because I was with him in the '90s. Tiger Woods' dad was a butthole. Freaking Serena Williams' dad. And they all became greatness. You know what I'm saying? So, and he's on the right track with his dad.
For sure. Now, Amado Vargas just fought Carmel's first fight.
Ezekiel, yeah.
Ezekiel, who he pro debuted against, and
Yes.
Carmel fought a 4-rounder.
Yes.
With Ezekiel. Ezekiel fought a 6-rounder with Amado Vargas, who's obviously the son of Fernando Vargas Jr.
Yeah.
What was your thoughts on that fight?
Man, I knew that Ezekiel could fight. Most people, now this is a thing where people ignore the talent that Carmel has. People just look at him like, he might be a baby tank, he do this and do that, but he regular. I don't see nothing spectacular about it. But you can watch the 2 fights. You know what I'm saying? A guy who's like 9-0, who's been fighting him, his family's been fighting him for a long time. And Carmel just started, and that was his first fight, knocked him out in the first round. And man, that fight was a long drag down. That was 6 rounds of boxing. You know what I'm saying? And Ezekiel was getting his. Like when I saw Ezekiel tapes when he fought Carmel, I was like, he got work. But I was like, man, I would train that kid, because that kid shows heart and determination. I seen him get dropped before, get back up and perform. I said, man, he just needs a good trainer. But that kid comes to fight.
But Carmel definitely expressed that he was getting hate on social media for his opponent selection. But, he's pleased to see that this fight can show the public that, his opponent was, in fact, tough. And it's just that he has that skill.
Yeah. And there's levels to this. There's levels. It shows the levels.
Exactly.
Levels in boxing. I ain't hating on nobody or saying anything, but the levels is different. You know what I'm saying?
For
He
sure.
fought after the fact. I can see if
before
the kid fought before him, he fought him after. So it shows a lot.
For sure. He's saying January he'll be back. What's your thoughts? Quick turnaround. Obviously good at this stage of his career, but what's your thoughts on Mayweather keeping him busy and active?
Man, if it's up to me, he'll fight every 2 weeks. Yeah, I'm saying like Mike Tyson did back in the day. So he had 2 fights, 2 knockouts in the first round. You know what I'm saying? So you did 8 weeks of work to get not go 3 minutes. I would have him back in 2 weeks. Now he was actually could have gotten the December 16th bout, but as him being a kid, still young, He has to have his wisdom teeth pulled out, you know, and working on his braces so he couldn't fight. But shucks, we'd have had him right back at it December 16th. You know what I'm saying? You go one round, not even a full round. Why would you take a break?
So January he'll be back. What are you expecting? How's opponent selection go? Obviously, everything's ran through the dad. He has final say, but do you get to give your input on who's chosen, or is it only one opponent?
His dad and I are close, like to where he runs everything by me. Like, and I have the utmost respect for him. You know what I'm saying? But he runs everything by me. He said, "Hey, we got 3 opponents. What you think about these guys?" I'll tell him like which one or which my viewpoint.
So you're getting 3 options already at this
we get
level.
3 options. Sometimes you get 3.
Beautiful.
Like, oh, we pick this one or we pick that one. You know what I'm saying? So, we have like 4 guys lined up that we
all ready for the January fight.
No, that we want to fight. Like, we got a next guy. Can't tell you his name, but we got a next guy who has a better record. We want to fight him. Then we got another guy that we want to fight. So we got these guys lined up that we want to go after, and why we want to go after them. So
if it's that strategic, what is the why? Is there, like, are you trying to break a record? Is the goal to be the youngest world champ?
Nah, you know what? I don't. We're not looking at being the youngest world champ or whatever the case. Because he was 17, we wanted to fight a 6-rounder, the first fight. So, but because of him being 17 years old against Ezekiel, they made it a 4-rounder because of his age. So we can't really do things that we want to do because he's a 12-round fighter. He's going in and spar 12 rounds, easy work. You know what I'm saying? Sparring somebody. So, but we wanted to do 6 his first bout, but because of Vegas and his age, they wouldn't let us. So, but we have like a plan on how we want to groom him and how we want to get him together. You know what I'm saying? By the end of 2024, he should have a title. Maybe not a WBC or world title, but he'll have like the NABF, USBA, or he may have the under 19 WBA belt. But by 2024, he'll have a
title. Did you watch Ryan's fight?
I did.
Obviously, I was bringing up to Carmel the fact that if you can see any good in the shoulder roll that Ryan implemented on Saturday, did you see any good in it?
I'm from Philadelphia. You know, so we have a debate, Floyd and I have debates about the Philly shell, shoulder roll, who was first. Georgia Benton trained me, who was the king of the shoulder roll, you know what I'm saying? Or the Philly shell. So that shell was horrific. That thing was like, I think if I would have been training him, I would have lost my hair, or I'd probably have been like biting my, even in practice, I probably wouldn't even let him do it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, to be fair, he did come out and say he's never doing it again, and Derek James told him do not do it. So it doesn't sound like they were working on it. It sounds like something he just pulled out on the fly.
Yeah, so why do you, that's why we practice. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a basketball fanatic. Grew up in Philadelphia, South Philadelphia. My background first was basketball, and it got into boxing. Basketball, they go through the drills, show you how to defense, offense, where to go, where to step to, how to move your feet, and I got into boxing that way. Why do we practice if you're going to go out there into a fight or to the fight or a basketball game and do what you want to do? Why do we practice? You know what I'm saying? It was just horrific. So that's another sign, too, to me is, of course, you know that he has a lot of trainers. And you watch him on YouTube with different guys. Guys be telling him the right thing, but he don't do it. So, you know, when you get a person that has a lot of different trainers all the time, you know it's not the trainer, it's the person. So he's going to do what he want to do. His mind is thick to where I'm doing what I want to do.
Man, it could be like shoes. He just need the right fit, maybe.
No, I mean, you know, you can look at it like that, but how many pair of shoes you going to try on before you figure out that
Cinderella needed that glass slipper. That was the right fit for her. But listen,
that was one shoe. You know
but listen, so you're saying you seen nothing good in it?
No, in the shoulder roll I did.
No, in his shoulder roll, yeah.
I didn't see nothing. I see a lot of errors.
How?
It all depends on.
He had success.
Go ahead.
I think he had major success from the shoulder roll position, landing specifically the uppercut, left hook. Yeah. Right hand.
But the uppercut, but it all depends on who you fighting. Like, if he would keep on the uppercut leads you into the overhand right as the offense or the defense for your uppercut is my overhand right. You know what I'm saying? Or my left hook to the head. So Duarte just wasn't trained or he wasn't seasoned on doing that. Because I saw that shot open all day long. You know what I'm saying? And instead of overhand right, hit him to the head, aim for the neck or aim for the shoulder, try to break the collarbone. That's what I saw, but he just wouldn't do it. So,
But again, he did land them uppercuts and left hooks out that position. So my thing is bringing in, obviously Floyd Jr. does not have the time to full-time train anyone, let alone someone across the street.
Right.
Then we talking senior. It's just he's
getting
too
older. Right,
exactly. The next biggest name would be James Toney. I haven't seen him train anybody. Now, Carmel just told me that you specialize in that. We know Nazim, rest in peace.
I'm the last homie. We born on the same birthday.
And maybe too. Mickey Bay, because he's been trained by so many. Maybe Jeff. But I don't really see him show anyone the shoulder roll. He's just a Mayweather, right?
To me,
But can someone build on it? Is it worth it, or should he drop it? Is the ultimate question.
It has to be on him. So me and you know what I'm saying? You do your thing, I do my thing. You know what I'm saying? You could teach me if I'm willing to learn. The idea is the willingness. Like I can teach people anything. Like the boxing, I've been around boxing so long. You know what I'm saying? Georgie Benton, I can teach you, but are you willing to learn, or are you going to, like, do it your way, or are you not going to listen? You know what I'm saying? And that's what the problem, I think, is what I see with him is his listening ears. There's no way in the world you hire a new trainer, and then, don't get me wrong, when you hire a new trainer, you're going to go through a process. You know what I'm saying? But you hire a new trainer, and he tells you not to do it, but you still do it. So that's the idea, is like you're not listening. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might try for half a round or something.
What about this? What about this?
Yes, sir.
Heavy, not rumors. I mean, it's true. Ryan's come out and said he had a rib injury.
Okay.
People say you need like 5 months to heal from a significant rib injury. He didn't show that shoulder roll till he got hit to the body. Maybe he had flashbacks of the tank and, implemented his version of a shoulder roll on the fly to cover up that body.
I can go with that. That sounds good.
I mean, I'm trying to give him a reason. Because why would you implement something you haven't practiced in the moment where you yourself are telling the public that your promoter is betting against you?
Yeah. That's something good too, though. That you can look at it like that.
But I
think that he would have practiced it at least, and like did a couple of practices or moves that his coach could have saw him, like, you know what I'm saying?
See, he wasn't doing none of that. You see how you waiting with that right hand to catch or parry something? Yeah. He wasn't doing that. That right hand was way too low. But what I seen, if we comparing it to Floyd, which everybody is comparing it to Floyd, when you can't compare, the top to the bottom, no disrespect. But that being said, though, Floyd wasn't coming out that shoulder roll in a 3-punch combination. Maybe young Floyd.
Yeah.
But
you can't compare. You can't compare.
That speed, that's what I'm saying. Maybe if someone works for him, the speed he got coming out that shoulder roll, he landed 3 punches. Definitely. Floyd was landing a right hand.
Definitely. And the thing is, why he's landing on punches, because he can get away with a lot of things, because he has speed on his side. He's like Roy Jones. He has that speed on his side. But he has to learn the technique. He has to be like Bernard Hopkins and learn the technique to get better, because you're going to lose that speed.
Because think about it. Before Saturday, he only had a left hook, according to the world.
Yeah.
We seen an uppercut. That obviously opened up a left hook, but we started to see. I don't know. I just don't know if maybe abandoning the shoulder was the right thing. Maybe working
on it. Technique.
Yeah, give him another tool in that basket.
I would have him, like, next week he'd be back in the gym working on his technique. I'm like, come in the gym 3 days a week, 4 days a week, but we just work on your technique. We're gonna walk through it. We're gonna walk through stepping, feinting, rolling, stepping back. We're gonna work on that.
How would that work? Because my idea is whoever is the shoulder roll expertise, let him work on that. Let Derek James continue to work on footwork, which there was some issues in that footwork.
Yeah.
When he committed to a shot, he committed with his feet too.
Yeah. He showed. I always tell a guy, like when I had Danny Jacobs, I got Danny Jacobs after the Canelo bout. I got him during the Canelo bout, but I was the assistant. Then I got to be the head trainer, and I told him he had to give me 3 fights. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no way in the world I see you 10 weeks out of a year, 10 weeks for a fight, and I don't see you every day. that you're going to actually progress to be really good. So I tell every guy that's on that level, like, you got to give me 3 fights to where I don't even have to holler out what to do because you're already going to know. But the first fight is going to be, we working on different things. I might work on 10 things in the gym. If you do 2 of them right, I'm happy because that means you did 2 more things that you had that you didn't have in your bag that you used. So that's my thing. But you have to give a guy time. Like, I thought Derek James did exceptionally well for what he had to work with in the time frame that he had.
I was actually, because that Derek James camp, has such a dominant jab. You look at Earl, great jab. You look at Jamel, even better jab. Frank, great jab. So it's like, I was kind of disappointed that the jab was gone after the 3rd round in the Ryan Garcia fight.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know.
But that goes to the person too, though. The person that's actually doing it. Because when you get tired or mentally frustrated, you go back to doing what you know. So he did 3 rounds good of a jab. That's the signature of Derek James. Now we got to work on going 4 rounds, 5 rounds with that jab. So the progression will come if he stays with it. I don't know if he's gonna stay with Derek. I don't know what he's gonna do.
Did you see the Floyd Schofield fight?
I did.
Has Carmel ever sparred him? Because I know Carmel sparred pretty high. He sparred Shakur.
Yeah, he sparred Shakur. He sparred Tank. He sparred.
But never Schofield.
No, he's never came through.
Schofield's 35. Would you allow that?
Yeah. He sparred everybody.
I know. I mean,
yeah.
You never know. He might be like, well, I've seen him spar Shakur. He's actually big when he's not making the actual 35.
35 pounder, they can get that work. You know what I'm saying? Because Schofield might walk around at 47. But listen, I don't care how fast you are. Prime example, I've said this to people before because I was back in the boxing in this era. Shane Mosley could always beat De La Hoya. You look at the amateurs, he's always beating. And he always lost to Vernon Forrest. And Vernon Forrest is what? Slew-footed. He wasn't so he wasn't that fast. All that takes up, but he had a good jab. That stick would you know what I'm saying? No matter how fast your hands is, how fast your feet is, if you can't get past this jab, guess what? You ain't going nowhere. And Vernon Forrest always beat him, and he beat him in the pros twice.
Perfect segue. Boxer versus puncher this Saturday, Regis versus Haney. Is his jab going to be enough for the power puncher?
I like Regis. He has a chance. It's not like he doesn't have a chance. Like he's going to get shellacked. You know what I'm saying? Devin has. I trained Devin before when he's actually his first couple of pro fights, and an amateur too for a little bit because I had Zab Judah. I think that it's going to be a good fight. I think that Devin wins because of his boxing skills, but I wouldn't bet my life on it. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't bet on this fight because I just don't.
What?
I'm just saying, I like to bet like if I'm betting for my life most of the time. I just don't know if Regis crowds him or gets in, you know what I'm saying, and he land awkward shots and make it, make it a little, catch him, hurt him, something like that. But if I had to bet, I'm betting on Devin.
Are you shocked he went back-to-back southpaws? Plus, obviously Loma was a southpaw, very skilled, but smaller. This is a southpaw, maybe not as skilled,
not as skilled.
But
not as skilled.
More of a puncher.
He has more of a rough you up style too, though. So that turns him into basically an orthodox fighter once he get in close. Because if southpaw gives his edge up if he's not stepping around boxing, but if you come right on in, you're automatically like an orthodox. So that's another thing most people don't understand or know. You give up as a southpaw. I'm a southpaw. As a southpaw, you normally step to the right, they step to the left. But when you step straight forward, you give up your stance. So now it's 2 hands to 2 hands. So I'm just happy. I'm happy for all of them, man. I love boxing. There's enough money and there's enough stars for everybody, to shine. So I'm happy for whoever wins, or I have no stake in it, or whatever the case is.
Well, let everybody know where they can find you and where they can get them Carmel Moton shirts. He said you're the guy to contact.
Yes. All right, you can. I just did a deal with Killer Boxing, KillerBoxing.com. You look at Killer Boxing. Brother name is Khalil. I just did a deal with him to where I'm sending all the stuff to the warehouse and we mailing them out. We mailing all the shirts out next week for sure. I was in Miami last weekend for Don King Promotions for a fight. But you can follow me at Train to Perfection. Train, the number 2, Perfection. That's my at Yahoo, at Gmail. It's on IG the same old way, and my YouTube is traintoperfection.com or Train to Perfection YouTube. So you can catch me, Train to Perfection. You can catch me anywhere.
All right.
What up, YouTube family? Don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Help us get to that 1 million subscribers. We're on the road to 1 million. And obviously, we have other great content on our Patreon channel. So since this video is over, head on over to our Patreon and check out all the exclusive content or right here on our YouTube members.